My kids want to sue me for leaving my $4.2 million estate to our housekeeper instead of them. I raised 3 children alone after my wife died, giving birth to our youngest, Sabrina, Joshua, and Sophie, each 3 years apart. I worked 2 jobs for years, barely slept, missed my own meals to make sure they had everything. My mother helped when she could, but it was mostly just me figuring it out. When I finally got promoted to senior management, things got easier financially. I made it to every soccer game, every parent-teacher conference, every school play. I helped with homework at midnight after 12-hour shifts. I paid for SAT tutors, college application fees, and eventually full tuition for all 3 of them. The second they graduated and moved out, something changed. Weeks turned into months, turned into years of silence. When they did call, it was always the same script. Hey Dad, my car broke down. Can you send $2,000? Or, Dad, I need help with rent this month. Just $500. I'd send the money immediately, then try to ask about their lives. They'd say they were too busy and hang up within 2 minutes. I tried to understand. They had careers, relationships, their own lives to build, but it hurt watching other parents post photos with their adult children at Sunday dinners while I ate alone every night. 5 years ago, everything changed. The doctor called me into his office with that look on his face. Stage 3 colon cancer. Treatable, but aggressive. The chemotherapy and radiation would leave me bedridden for months. I'd need someone to drive me to appointments 3 times a week, help me walk to the bathroom, make sure I was eating and taking medications on time. I called Sabrina first. She was living 2 hours away with her husband and their dog. Dad, I'm so sorry, but I just started this new position at work. I can't take time off right now. It would destroy my career. Can you hire a nurse? I called Joshua next. He lived even closer, just 45 minutes away. Dad, that's terrible news, but Erica's 8 months pregnant. I can't leave her right now to take care of you. You understand, right? Sophie, my youngest, didn't even answer. She texted me back 6 hours later. Sorry, Dad, that sucks, but I can't put my life on hold. It's not my fault this happened to you. I sat in my kitchen that night and cried harder than I had since my wife died. Not one of my children could be bothered to help me. Not one of them could sacrifice anything for the man who sacrificed everything for them. Gloria, our housekeeper for the past 12 years, found me there at midnight. She'd forgotten her phone and came back to get it. She saw me at the kitchen table, saw the cancer brochures, put the pieces together. Mr. Kenneth, she said quietly, I'll take care of you. I tried to refuse. She had her own family, a husband, and 2 teenage daughters. She had her own life. This wasn't her responsibility, but she insisted. For the next 8 months, Gloria moved into our guest room. She drove me to every chemotherapy appointment, sat with me for 6-hour sessions, held my hand when the nausea got so bad I couldn't stop shaking. She helped me to the bathroom at 3 a.m. when I was too weak to walk alone. She made sure I ate even when the treatment made everything taste like metal and my throat burned with every swallow. She did this while still caring for her own family, while still working her regular hours. She did it because she wanted to, not because she was paid to. My kids? I got exactly 4 text messages during those 8 months. Hope treatment is going well, Dad. Not one visit, not one phone call. When I went into remission and called to tell them the good news, Sabrina said, that's great, Dad, and hung up after 90 seconds. 2 years ago, when I rewrote my will, the decision was easy. Gloria got everything. The house worth $1.8 million, my investment portfolio worth $2.4 million, everything. My kids got nothing except a letter explaining why. I didn't tell anyone. I figured they'd find out when I died, which according to my doctors won't be for at least another 10 or 15 years. But yesterday, my lawyer called. Somehow, my kids found out about the will. Apparently, Sophie's husband works at the law firm that drafted it. They're furious. All 3 of them showed up at my house last night for the first time in 5 years. Sabrina started screaming the moment I opened the door. How could you do this to us? We're your children. That woman manipulated you when you were vulnerable. Joshua threatened to sue, claiming I wasn't mentally competent when I changed the will. That Gloria had taken advantage of an elderly, sick man. Sophie just cried and said I was betraying Mom's memory by giving away their inheritance to a stranger. I let them finish. Then I said, Gloria isn't a stranger. She's the only person who showed up when I needed someone. Where were you when I was vomiting blood from chemo? Where were you when I couldn't walk to my own bathroom? You had work conferences and pregnancies and busy schedules. Gloria had all of those things too, but she chose to be here. They're moving forward with the lawsuit. My lawyer says they don't have a case. I was completely mentally sound. No evidence of manipulation. It's my money to do with as I please. But I told him to add one more thing to the will. A detailed letter explaining that Gloria earned every single dollar by doing what they refused to do.